Okay, the second question that I got asked for an answer to was how to settle a 1-year-old baby into daycare. Now, daycare is always a very hot topic, and we always worry about our children going to daycare. And I think it is important that we choose the right daycare, that we really check if the other babies are happy, whether we're happy with the staff. That can tell us an awful lot about whether our baby will be happy there. It's important when you start your baby into daycare that you make the staff aware of your baby's likes and dislikes, what their routine is, and making sure that the daycare itself is flexible. I'd also look at how they expect you to take food in for the baby, milk feeds in for the baby, how that is all accommodated. I'd also look at transitioning your baby into daycare very gradually. So I would start off with a morning once a week to start with, then move into a couple of mornings a week, and then you can try a full day out. To start with, babies will not like daycare because it's a change in routine, and none of us like changing routine, so expect some escalation of behaviours and maybe your baby not sleeping in daycare to start with. Never worry about that. Eventually, by a week or two, your baby should be settled into daycare. It takes a week to 10 days to change your routine. Other forms of daycare that you can look at other than long daycare are things like family daycare, where you take your baby, your child, to a place that's run by a local council, and often they are older grandma type figures that run family daycare, and their ratio is 1:4, and they have a mixture of toddlers and babies there, and they're very safe, they're training first aid, etc. So that's a good option, is family daycare. Other options that you can look at are things like nanny sharing, and maybe you might want to share one, a nanny with, and send 2 children along there if you've got a friend who needs to share a daycare. So as long as it's transitioned very, very gradually, try and be very decisive about when you let the drop baby off, that you're very sure about what you're doing and you don't dally on the doorstep and start to get upset and crying, because that would make your baby feel really uneasy. Expect to see some tears, and particularly babies around this sort of age are going through separation anxiety. But try and reassure your baby that you've come back for them. It is a good thing for them to be there. And I think a 1-year-old baby, they're getting used to being socialised, and it's actually a positive thing. So try and see it as a positive thing rather than a negative thing. It's how we look at it. And if we feel confident, that'll reassure our baby as well. So hopefully that's helped you, but I would just transition very gradually. Trust your instincts. Look at the staff, look at the other babies, and if you see happy babies and happy staff that really care for your baby, then I would always go by your gut instinct. So hopefully that's answered that question, and try not to worry, and hopefully your baby will really settle into daycare really well.